They say leadership is a platform, but for most people on your team, leadership isn't a stage, it's a weather report. When you walk into the room, does the temperature drop? Or do people finally feel like they can breathe? You have a choice every single morning. You have a rock in your hand, you can use it to build a foundation that lasts for generations. Or you can use it to shatter the people standing right in front of you. Today, we're talking about the difference between being a rock and throwing rocks. And if you aren't careful, you might be doing the latter without even knowing it. Let's be real. It's easy to throw stones. It's the default setting for a leader who's scared, insecure, or obsessed with KPIs over humans. Throwing rocks looks like blame. It's the email you sent at 11 p.m. on a Friday, asking for a report that isn't due until Tuesday, just because you were feeling anxious. That's a rock. It looks like public correction. When you call out a mistake in a Slack channel with 20 people watching, instead of pulling that person aside, you just threw a rock. It looks like moving the goalposts, giving your team a target, watching them sprint toward it, and then changing the metric 5 minutes before they hit it. That's not agility. That's pelting your team with stones until they're too bruised to run anymore. And the worst part? When a leader throws rocks, the team stops looking at the vision. They start looking at you, waiting to see where the next hit is coming from. But then, there's the servant leader, the one who decides to be the rock. A servant leader doesn't use their power to impact people. They use their stability to protect them. Being the rock means absorbing the heat. When the board is screaming or the client is livid, the servant leader doesn't pass that stress down. They stand firm. They take the blow so the team has the quiet space they need to actually solve the problem. Being the rock means consistency. Your team shouldn't have to guess which version of you is showing up today. A rock doesn't change shape when the wind blows. You are the same person in a crisis that you were at the Christmas party. That stability, that's where trust is born. And finally, being the rock means elevation. You aren't there to be the highest point in the room. You are the foundation. You are the steady ground that allows your team to stand a little taller, reach a little higher, and see a little further than they ever could on their own. Look at your hands. If your team is exhausted, cynical, or quiet, check the floor. Are there stones laying everywhere? It's time to stop throwing and start building. Put the ego down. Pick the burden up. Because at the end of the day, people won't remember your strategy. They'll remember how it felt to stand next to you. Were you the reason they broke? Or were you the reason they stood firm? Be the rock.